Final night of the season here at Magny-Cours. The tension is palpable as the field follows the safety car round for this opening 45-minute sprint.
It is the championship decider. Only 5 points separate Martin Mull, Phil Bodkin, and David Constable-Berry. One mistake tonight and the whole season's work goes out the window.
Mull has the advantage for now, but with AP's finest and Garagiste breathing down his neck, that SW performance car looks a little lonely at the front of the pack.
He will be focused on his mirrors. In a rolling start, the leader dictates the pace, but the guys behind are looking for any hint of a green flag to pounce into that first braking zone.
We have 45 minutes plus 1 lap to settle this first half of the evening. The season is on the line. Rich Snape leads them toward the line, but all eyes are on the championship battle right behind him.
David Constable-Berry is perfectly placed in second. With the points leader Martin Mull missing from this grid, David knows this is his chance to snatch the title lead.
And don't forget Phil Bodkin back in 5th. He's only 5 points off the top of the standings, so he'll be desperate to clear Tyus and Hallam as quickly as possible.
The N and Pro-Am leaders are completely bunched up. When I was in this position, your heart rate is through the roof. You're trying to warm the brakes without overcooking the tires before the green.
It's a massive opportunity for the Garagiste and AP's finest teams to lock out the podium here at Magny-Cours. Snape floors it, the green flag is out, and the final round of the season is underway.
Clean start from the front row. Now it's all about who's bravest on the brakes into the first complex.
Hallam is glued to the back of Constable-Berry, keeping the AP's finest car right in the hunt as they sweep through the opening turns.
He's using the draft perfectly. You can see him positioning the car to discourage Tyus from having a look up the inside.
Contact! Clark has gone straight into the back of Stokes. There are cars scattering everywhere.
That's a massive punt. Clark completely missed the braking point there, and the stewards have already slapped him with a penalty for causing all that chaos.
Stokes is in the middle of a pinball machine, losing a place to Dorado before immediately lunging back past him and trading paint with Tyus.
It is absolute carnage for that kick-ass racing car. He is bouncing off everyone right now, yet somehow, despite the contact with Bodkin, he's actually clawed his way up to 4th.
Clark gets the run and muscles his way past Kosick to take away 8th place.
Kosick isn't finished, though. He dives right back down the inside to reclaim the spot.
Bodkin finds a gap and slides past Tyus. That is a massive move for his championship aspirations.
Tyus isn't having any of it, though. He switches back and retakes the position immediately.
Dorado makes the move stick. He's muscled his way past Stokes to take over 4th place.
That was clinical. He waited for the opening and snatched it. With Dorado sitting 4th in the standings, every position he gains puts more pressure on the leaders.
Bodkin finally finds a way past Tyus. He's up into 6th and starting to make progress toward the leaders.
He had to be careful there. In a tight championship battle, you can't risk a DNF by forcing a move, but he executed that perfectly.
Hallam manages to get a better exit and sweeps past David Constable-Berry for 2nd place.
That's a blow for David. He needs as many points as possible, with Mull out, but Hallam just had the pace through that section.
Gagan gets a great run out of the corner, and he's going to power past Sabo on the run into the next braking zone.
That's the straight-line speed of the Shadow V8 coming into play. Sabo tried to defend, but the speed differential was just too high for his Vortex to hold him off.
Stokes has sent it down the inside. He snatches 4th place away from Dorado in a classic late-braking move.
Clinical from the kick-ass racing car. Dorado is thinking about the championship and simply couldn't risk a collision there.
Wait, Clark has hit the wall. He's gone into the barriers, and Neil Constable-Berry sails right past him into 9th.
He looked like he just lost the rear on entry. That's the danger of pushing too hard on aging tires at this stage of the race.
Clark's recovered well from that earlier hit, and he's just retaken 9th place from Neil Constable-Berry.
He's clearly got the pace in that car. It's a proper Garagiste versus Pro battle here, even if it's further down the order than they'd like.
Sabo has a look, makes it stick, and climbs into 11th place past Gagan.
Wait, Niall is fighting back immediately. He carries more speed through the corner and puts that Shadow V8 right back in front of Szabo.
Kosick finds the gap and he's through. He takes 9th place away from Tyus.
Tyus has been defending for laps, but the pressure finally told. That Lanzo V12 of Kosick looks really strong in the technical sections.
Bodkin is on a mission. He's just demoted Dorado to 6th place and is hunting down the podium positions.
This is exactly what Bodkin needs. With his rivals for the title struggling or absent, he's maximizing every point available to him right now.
Tyus lurches back into 9th, taking that position back from Kosick after a determined run into the braking zone.
He can't hold it. Kosick switches the line, gets better drive on the exit, and reclaims 9th before the next bend.
Trouble for Dorado. He's gone off and hit the barriers with some force.
That's the last thing he needed. He was in a solid points position, but now he's got to worry about the damage to that Ferruccio and just getting it back to the line.
Fovarg sees his opening and takes 9th place from Clark as we approach the final stages of the race.
He's been very patient in that virtual velocity car. He's been chipping away at the gap and finally made it stick.
Rich Snape sees the checkered flag first, alights to flag victory for the moderate effort racing man here at Magny-Cours.
That is a huge statement in the AM class. He started on pole and simply never looked back. Brilliant drive.
David Constable-Berry crosses the line in 2nd. That is a massive haul of points for the Garagisti driver in this title fight.
He played the long game today. With Martin Mal not in this race, David knew he just had to keep it clean to take control of the championship standings.
Jareth Hallam brings it home to complete the podium, a rock-solid performance from the AP's finest driver to secure 3rd.
He held his nerve while everyone else was losing theirs. To start 3rd and finish 3rd in a high-stakes championship finale like this is exactly what his team needed.
Snape didn't put a foot wrong, did he? Total control from the word go. He made that look easy while everyone behind him was losing their heads.
Clinical. But look at David Constable-Berry in 2nd. With Mal absent, he has just blown the championship wide open. That is a massive result for Garagisti.
It was pure carnage behind them, though. That early shunt between Clark and Stokes was a mess, and Dorado hitting the wall late on is a real heartbreaker.
The pressure got to a few of them tonight. We have just one 30-minute sprint left to settle the whole season, and it is going to be frantic.
Talk about a momentum shift. David Constable-Berry has surged from 3rd to the top of the standings after that brilliant 2nd place.
It is devastating for Martin Mal. He has watched his lead evaporate and now sits in 3rd. The championship has essentially moved away from him while he is off the grid.
And Rich Snape is the big mover. That win puts him 5th, but he is breathing down Phil Bodkin's neck now for that 4th spot.
Thomas Kruger Dorado is still right there in 2nd, 15 points off the lead. He needs a perfect race here to snatch the title from the Garagisti car.
The grid is completely flipped on its head for this final 30-minute sprint. Niall Gagan leads them round, but the championship drama is all happening mid-pack.
David Constable-Berry has a target on his back, starting from 11th. He has a 15-point cushion over Dorado, but Thomas is starting 4 places further up in 7th for AP students.
And don't overlook Phil Bodkin in 8th for AP's finest. He is still mathematically in the hunt, but he has to clear the cars of Tyus and Dorado immediately if he wants a chance.
In my experience, the midfield at the start of a finale is the most dangerous place to be. Everyone is desperate, and David has the most to lose if there is a pileup in that opening complex.
Rich Snape starts dead last after his victory earlier. He will be looking to scythe through the field and maybe play a role in how this title is decided. Gagan nails the restart. The green flag drops, and the final showdown of the season is live.
Everyone is bunched up tight through the first sweep, and look at Constable-Berry trying to make up ground already from the back.
Snape is already on the move. He's just sliced past David Constable-Berry to take away 11th place.
That is a bold move by the Race 1 winner. David won't want to get tangled up in a dogfight this early. He has a championship to protect.
Gagan is making the most of that pole position, trying to stretch a gap while the chaos unfolds behind him.
He needs to break the toe as quickly as possible. In these early seconds, that clean air is worth its weight in gold for tire management.
Stokes is really aggressive in these opening stages. He's just muscled his way past Bodkin to take 8th place.
Bodkin looks a little tentative there. He knows he can't afford a DNF, but he's letting too many cars through if he wants to stay in this title fight.
Hallam dives down the inside of Kosick and makes the move for 5th place.
Oh, contact! They've come together right as the move was completed. That was a heavy hit for both of them.
David Constable-Berry is on the move, sweeping past Snape with Kosick in tow as they hunt for positions.
Kosick got him back briefly, but David isn't hanging around. He's just demoted Clark to take 9th place.
The championship leader is clinical right now. He's forced his way back ahead of Kosick to move into 8th.
And now Bodkin is falling back through the pack. Both Constable-Berries and Kosick swarm past him as his pace drops off.
Tyus has just punted Clark. He sent him into a spin, and that is an immediate penalty for the AP Students driver.
Clark is trying to recover, but he's all over the shop. He got back past Neil, only to lose the place again seconds later.
He's falling like a stone now. Tyus has passed him, and now Stokes is through to demote him to the back of the field.
I've been there. Your head is gone after a hit like that. You're just trying to find some rhythm again while everyone sails by.
Wait, Clark is fighting back. He's just managed to reclaim 12th place from Stokes in a brave move.
He's showing some real grit to keep pushing after that contact. It's about damage limitation for the pro car now.
Dorado makes the move. He's just snatched the lead of the race away from Niall Gagan.
That is exactly what he had to do. He needs the win and for David Constable-Berry to hit trouble if he's going to steal this championship.
Tyus is on a recovery drive, and he's just picked off Neil Constable-Berry to move into 8th.
And Bodkin follows him through. Neil just couldn't hold the line against that double assault from the AP guys.
Bodkin is finding his groove now. He's just demoted Kosick to take over 7th place.
He needs to keep this momentum going. 7th isn't enough for the title, but in this race, anything can happen up ahead.
Tyus is really struggling with those tires now. Kosick has just powered past him for 8th.
He's a sitting duck. Neil Constable-Berry and John Clark both swarm past him. He's dropped 3 places in seconds.
The AP Students' car looks like it's lost all its grip. He's just trying to keep it on the black stuff at this point.
It's the dirty air. Once you lose that front-end fight in a pack like this, it's a nightmare to get it back.
Tyus is fighting back, though. He's found a bit of pace and just managed to get back past Neil Constable-Berry.
That shows some real character. He's not letting that position go without a fight, even if the car is a handful.
Snape is slicing through the field again. He's just taken 4th place away from Dominic Fovarg.
And Fovarg is caught napping. David Constable-Berry follows Snape right through the gap to take 5th.
Neil Constable-Berry makes a move stick on Kosick. He's up into 9th and looking strong.
Stokes isn't letting him away, though. He's just repassed Neil to drop him back down to 10th.
Wait, a huge shuffle here as Clark loses 3 positions in one go. Stokes, Neil, and Kosick all fly past.
It's absolute wheel-to-wheel combat in the midfield. Nobody is giving an inch as we enter the final 10 minutes.
Neil is on the charge. He's just picked off Stokes to move up into 8th place.
He can't hold it. Kosick takes advantage of the scrap and dives past Neil to demote him back to 10th.
That was a masterclass in opportunistic driving by Kosick, using the battle ahead to find his opening. Clark gets the run on Tyus and powers past to take 7th place.
Tyus just didn't have the pace to defend there. Clark's experience is really starting to show as we reach the business end of the race.
Tyus is fighting back. He dives down the inside of Clark to reclaim 7th place.
He can't make it stick. Clark switches back immediately and puts the nose of his car back in front.
These two have been at it for laps now, neither one willing to concede an inch in this battle.
It's high-stakes racing. One mistake here, and it's all over for their race results.
Oh, Tyus and Stokes have come together. There's been a heavy collision between them.
That looked like a big impact. We'll have to see if they can both get those cars pointed in the right direction again.
Tyus is back on the attack. He's just muscled his way past Clark to take 7th once again.
This is incredible stuff. Clark answers back immediately, diving into the next turn to reclaim the position.
Jareth Hallam takes the win. From 10th on the grid to the top step of the podium, what a drive for AP's finest.
And Thomas Kruger Dorado is right on his gearbox in second. He threw everything at it, but Hallam was just impenetrable in those final corners.
That is a massive result for Hallam. He's been waiting for a win like this all season, and he's delivered it when it mattered most. Rich Snape completes the podium in 3rd. He started dead last in 12th and fought his way all the way to the front.
Driver of the day for me. To get a win and a third-place finish in one night, starting from those grid positions, is just outstanding racing.
Stokes finds a gap and powers past Neil Constable-Berry to take 8th place just as we reach the final seconds.
He really made that Shadow V8 work there. Neil put up a valiant fight, but Stokes had the momentum coming out of that final complex.
What a way to end the season. Jareth Hallam, coming from 10th to win, was a masterclass in overtaking and race management.
And Snape's charge from the very back of the grid to the podium? That was pure determination. He was taking risks that nobody else dared to.
The mid-pack was absolute chaos, though. We saw that massive contact between Tyus and Clark, and the constant shuffling between the Constable-Berrys and Kosick.
That's what happens when everything is on the line. Nobody was holding back, the racing was hard but mostly fair, and we got a classic finale here at Magny-Cours.
The dust settles at Magny-Cours, and David Constable-Berry has done it. He started the night third in the standings and leaves as our champion for Garagisti.
It is heart-wrenching for Martin Mull to watch his lead vanish while off the grid, but David and Thomas Kruger-Dorado put on a clinic. Just 5 points between them in the end. That is as close as it gets after 12 races.
Thomas will be wondering what if, but for the AP students team, second overall is a massive achievement. And look at Rich Snape. That win and podium tonight rocketed him from 5th up into 3rd in the final standings.
Snape was the standout in the AM category tonight. I've seen many finales, but the way the standings completely shuffled shows just how much the pressure of a doubleheader can flip a season on its head.
A fitting end to an incredible journey. David Constable-Berry is the man of the hour, your virtual velocity champion.